I started noticing gray hair at 17 years old, and I was absolutely embarrassed and mortified. The world convinced me that gray hair was awful and the only route was to dye it. By my 20s, I was dyeing pretty regularly, and I would see roots every 2 to 3 weeks by my mid-30s. The upkeep was insanely expensive, especially because I had gone through many different routes to try to hide them and make them less visible between hair dyes. When I was 36 years old, we had decided to sell our house and become full-time travelers for a year. And by that point, I was just so tired of trying to manage and schedule my life around hair dyes that I was like, let's just do this. Let's just rock the gray and see how it comes out. I had expected to be a little more fearful of my gray hair as it started to grow in, but I found a community of women on the internet that were all going through the grow out process and sharing their journeys, and that felt really empowering to see them all thriving and feeling free from hair dye and just feeling like they can fully embrace themselves. It empowered me to feel okay about it. It empowered me to feel excited about growing out my gray hair. I would say the first 3 to 4 months it was difficult because my knee-jerk reaction was to dye the hair and be afraid of it and cover it up. That's just the feeling I had always felt, and so I had to work to overcome that in that first few months. But after that, I really felt so excited to see it getting longer and longer. 2 things brought me to sharing my journey online. One is that I wanted to be a part of the community. I didn't have anybody in my direct circle that was going through something similar, so I wanted to be able to connect with other women on the same path so that we could share stories, we could share joys and triumphs and frustrations, and tips, of course, about gray hair. So that led me to wanting to post online and share my journey. I just felt like if I, at 17, had seen women out there with silver hair, regardless of where it was, out in the world, on the internet, it would have helped me to be able to embrace it myself and maybe feel more confident. It made me realize that I don't have to hide behind hair dye or anything else to be of value and to be worthy. I am worthy just as I am, regardless of anything else.